With the Edward R. Murrow Press Fellow at the Council on Foreign Relations and author of Cosmopolitics on Substack. I was actually reading a lot of your articles on Substack. Really interesting. Great job with that, Elise. Let's start with Vice President Vance, of course.
So much,
let's start with the VP's visit. Look, Greenland is saying this is highly aggressive. This is putting unnecessary pressure on Greenland. How do you interpret this visit?
Well, look, I think it's, kind of more of the bully tactics that you saw when Donald Trump Jr. went while President Trump was president-elect, to try and make this kind of physical show of force. He's going to a U.S. base. He's going to this, the Space Force, really trying to show U.S. military might, and saying we're going to take this, we have to have it one way or another. The truth is that I'd say an overwhelming majority of Greenlanders, about 85%, according to polls, oppose being part of the United States. And, talking to Danish officials and Greenlanders, it's not necessary, they say, because the U.S. has all the cooperation that they could possibly want. There's nothing that Greenland or Denmark hasn't been willing to give to them. And yes, there could be more cooperation. And yes, the Arctic is very important. But to just say that we're going to take you over one way or another is intimidating and kind of offensive.
This visit by Vance and Walz was reportedly planned without consulting authorities of both Greenland and Denmark. Could there have been a more diplomatic way of doing this? And how does this further strain our relationships with both countries?
Well, of course. I mean, the original plan was for this 3-day cultural visit by the second lady, Usha Vance. But that got a lot of backlash from Greenlandic and Danish officials. Then you have this delegation that includes the National Security Advisor, the Energy Advisor, and they limited their visit to the base. Had they said, listen, we'd love to send a delegation. How could we do more collaboration, more cooperation? Let's hear about, what you think about that. But instead, just kind of showing up. And you see the response in Greenland is this, the Greenlanders have been a little, kind of politically paralyzed for a while, but 4 of the island's main 5 parliamentary parties signed this agreement, kind of making this coalition right before his arrival, because they said we really must all stick together. And I think they're sticking together and saying Greenland's not for sale.
Vance criticized Danish officials for not doing enough to secure Greenland. Here's what he said.
Our message to Denmark is very simple. You have not done a good job by the people of Greenland. You have underinvested in the people of Greenland, and you have underinvested in the security architecture of this incredible, beautiful landmass filled with incredible people. That has to change.
Elise, earlier this week, I spoke to the former ambassador of Denmark, and she echoed the same sentiment as our vice president. I want to know your reaction to what the VP just said.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, listen, she basically, the Danish have said all along, we don't own Greenland. We don't make foreign policy decisions on Greenland. We administer the place on behalf of the Greenland people. There's never been any complaints. There's never been any problem. I think that Greenlanders have wanted to assert their independence a little bit more from Denmark. So I think that the United States is trying to, put this wedge in between Denmark and the Greenlanders. But I think that I would say that they're more intimidated by the United States than they are about Denmark. And if anything, they would go for independence. But I certainly don't see with 85% of the Greenlanders opposed being become part of the United States that they would go in that direction. I don't think whatever problems they have with Denmark, they certainly don't compare to the intimidation they're being faced by the United States right now.
Elise Labott, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.